Would everybody silence their phones, please? We'll bring this commission meeting, awards and staff presentations to order. Awards, starting with the awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. Commissioners, directors, council, thank you for the time here and the opportunity to present this award today. Before we get to the first award, the Certificate of Commendation, I just want to have the 34th class of State Game Warden cadets rise. This is the cadets' second week of 44 weeks, and they're looking forward to the rest of their training. So just wanted to recognize them. Thank you, cadets. Please have a seat.
Colin, I've noticed you've done a great job of training them not to smile.
That's right. Got to start that early. So it's a great honor to be up here today to present this first award, this Certificate of Commendation for what is really 12 years of efforts that directly benefit training game wardens in the state of Pennsylvania. And I'm going to go ahead and call this recipient up because I promise my speech isn't that long. So this award, Certificate of Commendation, is going to go to investigator and canine handler Larry Hergenroder. So since the implementation of the Pennsylvania Game Commission's Emergency Vehicle Operation Program in 2010, Investigator Hergenroder has been the coordinating and driving force in standardizing the program for all game warden cadets. To accomplish this, Larry and several other instructors received a one-week certification course through New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. There, Warden Hergenroder completed and qualified as an instructor for emergency vehicle operation, specifically for high center of gravity vehicles, so vehicles that wardens drive in Pennsylvania. From the beginning, Larry had a natural ability and a genuine passion for vehicle operation instruction. Really took to it right from the beginning. He used the knowledge and technical skills gained through his training to help form the Pennsylvania Game Commission's first formalized emergency vehicle operation course of instruction. The program that Larry helped develop and implemented at the Ross Loeffler School of Conservation has and continues to provide irreplaceable training that teaches safe and effective operation of game warden patrol vehicles. Vehicle operation is a skill that's used daily by wardens. Since implementing the program, Larry has been the keystone in developing competent instructors, instructing, coordinating equipment for 6 game warden cadet classes. And with the folks you see in front of you here in the black, that'll be 7 classes. He spent over 300 hours doing vehicle operation instruction and has trained over 75% of the field force in the state right now. So just to give you a little bit of an idea about how important this is for law enforcement, anybody that drives an emergency vehicle. In recent years, if you check the statistics, there are some years where more law enforcement officers die behind the wheel of their patrol vehicle than at the hands of assailants. Warden Hergenroder's devotion to vehicle operation training is one step in the right direction to get away from these statistics. With his efforts, the Game Commission's program today is the best that it's ever been. He started this program with my class when I was sitting in their seats, and he's done an incredible job. Can't thank him enough on behalf of the agency. Can't thank him enough in advance for the folks that haven't taken his course yet, because it'll last a while after he's gone. So thank you, Larry. And we also did look at installing a gold steering wheel in his patrol vehicle. but they're harder to come by than you think. So. You did a heck of a job. You always do. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Executive Staff, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Director Jason Dukoski of the Wildlife Protection. It is my sincere privilege to announce this year's Officer Awards. The first award will be the National Wildlife Turkey Federation Award, Officer of the Year. When the National Wild Turkey Federation was founded in 1973, there was about 1.3 million wild turkeys in North America. After decades of work, that number has hit a historic high of almost 7 million turkeys. To succeed, the NWTF stood behind science-based conservation to include law enforcement and protection of our natural resources. The NWTF Officer of the Year Award is an award given by the NWTF to celebrate those officers who are involved in a variety of work activities, from wild turkey resource violations to public relations. All aspects of law enforcement are considered while nominating an officer. The officer must have a positive frame of mind regardless of all work assignments, willingness to seek work activities through self-motivation, the ability to interact with the public, and have a community's respect. At this time, I would like to ask Northwest Regional Director Rich Kramer to come up to the podium to help me present this Officer of the Award. This year's NWTF Officer of the Year Award winner is Andrew Huser in the Northwest Regional Office. No, we're going to do quick pictures. You want to say anything? Our next award is the Northeast Conservation Law Enforcement Chiefs Award. The Northeast Conservation Law Enforcement Chiefs Association, I'll call it CLECA to keep it short, is an organization made up of chiefs and assistant chiefs from the states of Virginia to Maine, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, National Marine Fisheries Office of Law Enforcement, and Canadian provinces. CLECA held their first law enforcement meeting in August 1942 right here in Harrisburg, PA. Since then, CLECA continues to grow as a leader in conservation law enforcement. Annually, CLECA recognizes an officer from each state for their outstanding contributions to fish and wildlife protection of our country's natural resources. So at this time, I would like to ask Regional Director Dave Carlini to come up to the podium and help me present the next award. This year's Northeast Conservation Law Enforcement Chiefs Officer of the Year Award winner is Mark Greitzer, North Central Region. Our next award is the Shikar Safari Officer of the Year. Shikar Safari Club International was founded in 1952 as a group of international hunters who joined together to exchange experiences and ideas about hunting. It started as a social hunting organization, but soon recognized its potential to do meaningful things in the areas of conservation. In 1973, the Shikar Safari Club International Foundation was formed. Monies raised by the club members on behalf of the club's foundation are used to carry out various conservation projects throughout the world. Shikar Safari Club International started presenting awards annually to wildlife law enforcement officers in the states, provinces, and territories of the United States and Canada in 1968. This highly prestigious award is given annually to state officers whose efforts show outstanding performance and achievement among sworn conservation law enforcement personnel. At this time, I'd like to ask Regional Director Jason Fauerball to come up and help me present this year's Shikar Safari Award. You want the, can you hold both? All right. This year's Safari Officer of the Year award winner is Brandon Bonin, Southwest Regional Office. Thank you. All right, Operation Game Thief Case of the Year. We have 2 recipients for this, however, only one is in attendance. But the Pennsylvania Game Commission Operation Game Thief Case of the Year Award was developed to recognize a game warden that utilizes information obtained through Operation Game Thief program to investigate and apprehend subjects that participated in wildlife crime that substantially impacts wildlife resources. The agency receives approximately 1,500 submissions each year through the Operation Game Thief program, making it one of the top 3 turn-in poacher programs in the United States. Once a submission is received, it is reviewed by dispatchers and sent to the appropriate officer within 20 minutes of reception. The Operation Game Thief program is successful, effective, and an efficient program for the agency and reporting mechanism for the public to provide information to combat crimes against wildlife. I'm just going to read a little bit of the report that won this officer the award. On October 18th, 2021, State Game Warden Cameron Murphy received an Operation Game Thief tip regarding multiple incidents that took place on Saturday, October 16th and Sunday, October 17th, in various locations throughout York County. The tipster advised that a group of young men had been attempting to shoot several deer on both evenings. The informant stated that a doe had been shot at and missed on Sunday night, and that the group had successfully killed multiple deer using spotlight the previous night. The concerned citizen provided names, location, and as much detail as possible. This information was given to Warden Murphy at the starting point of his investigation commenced. Understanding the magnitude of the case, Warden Murphy reached out to BWP Special Investigator Steve Bruce and his canine Kaya for assistance. This investigation led to charges against 4 individuals for participating in these activities. A total of 15 third-degree felony game law charges, 16 first-degree misdemeanor game law charges, and 31 summary violations have been filed to the appropriate courts and are awaiting adjudication. So this was a massive undertaking by these officers. At this time, I would like to ask the South Central Regional Director, Mike Boehm, to come up and help me present this award. All right. This year's Operation Game Thief Officer of the Year award goes to State Game Warden Cameron Murphy. And Steve Bruce can't be here right now. His son's graduating from the Coast Guard Academy. So, Calphas-Barrier Award. I have 2 nominations for this as well. Joseph Calphas was the 2nd Executive Secretary, today known as the Executive Director, and the first Chief Game Warden for the newly formed Board of Game Commissioners in 1895, today known as the Pennsylvania Game Commission. Part of Calphas's legacy was the belief in the enforcement of strong game laws and his push for the appropriate number of game wardens across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Calphas was issued badge number 1, and Joseph Barrier, the first appointed game warden in 1900, was issued badge number 2. Wardens Calphas and Barrier would ride rail cars to remote areas in the Commonwealth to enforce Pennsylvania's new game laws. As you can imagine, game wardens back then had to rely heavily on information from the public to catch game law violators. They followed up on tips from the public by using traditional woodsman skills such as patrolling by foot, canoe, snowshoe, and horseback, and camped in remote areas of the state to detect, investigate, apprehend subjects that significantly impacted the Commonwealth's wildlife resources. Warden Barrier died in 1915, and Secretary Calphas died in the line of duty in 1919. The Calphas-Barrier Award recognizes any officer of the Pennsylvania Game Commission that utilizes traditional game warden skills to detect, investigate, and apprehend subjects that engaged in significant violations of the Game and Wildlife Code. At this time, I'd like to ask Regional Director Mike Bain back up to the podium if he's still here. If not, I'd be happy to present it. So I'll do these one at a time. Calphas-Barrier Award is given to State Game Warden Scott Brookins from the South Central Regional Office. And I get to give an award to one of my employees. Mr. Chad Eiler, Bureau of Wildlife Protection. All right. Outstanding Deputy of the Year. Each year, the regions have the daunting task of selecting one of their deputy game wardens for the Outstanding Deputy of the Year award. The award is given to those deputies who go the extra mile in their participation in the following phases of the Game Commission work: law enforcement, hunter education, sportsmen's clubs meetings, public access programs, officer survival skills, small animal complaints, educational programs, landowner relations, and other positive contributions to their community. At this time, I'd like to ask all 6 regional directors to come up front and help me present their awards to their regions. Yeah, I thought we can just fake it for now. All right, from the Northwest region, George Wilcox. Sorry, George. Yeah, yeah. You guys can move out. From the Southwest region, Joseph Fiertz. Sorry. I don't know if you are. Sorry for the pronunciation. North Central region, Barry Cooper. I would like to add about Deputy Cooper, 49 years as a deputy. I'm pretty sure you can't get any longer than that, but I appreciate it. South Central region, George Erskine. Northeast region, Stephen Rehm. Southeast region, Jeff Steen. Thank you.
Good afternoon, commissioners, executive staff, guests, and family. My name is Dave Gustafson. I'm the director of the Bureau of Wildlife Habitat Management, and I've got a few awards to do as well. The first award is the National Wild Turkey Federation Joe Kerrs Wildlife Manager of the Year Award. The National Wild Turkey Federation understands that in order to succeed in promoting turkey habitat and populations, they need science-based conservation. The NWTF named the Joe Kerrs Wildlife Manager of the Year Award after the former Georgia Department of Natural Resources wildlife chief for his leadership and the vital role he played in improving wildlife management. Kerrs was also a principal figure in wild turkey trap and transfer programs across North America. From enhancing hunting opportunities on public land to directly improving habitat on the ground, our staff go above and beyond managing and enhancing game lands for all wildlife, including eastern wild turkeys. So on behalf of the NWTF, the Board of Commissioners, the Executive Office, and the rest of the Pennsylvania Game Commission, we would like to recognize this year's recipient, Aaron Tyson, forester from the North Central region, as this year's NWTF Joe Kerrs Wildlife Manager of the Year Award. And his regional directors out there are taking a bunch of pictures, I think, right now. But I do have to tell a little personal story about Aaron. Back when I was the Forest Inventory and Analysis Section Chief in 2005, I had the pleasure of hiring a fleet of forest technicians. When we were in that hiring process, I got deployed away from Hurricane Katrina on military duty. Some of the technicians came to work in my absence that we had picked. When I got back, all the technicians were out in the field working for the week. They came back on a Thursday afternoon. That's when I first met Aaron. I was sitting at my desk. The technicians were coming back in the office. They're dropping their gear. They're cleaning up their stuff, you know. And Aaron comes in and he reaches under Brian Stone's desk and he grabs the trash. And he comes over to my desk and he reaches under my desk and he grabs the trash and he puts it in a bag and he takes it out the door. And I looked at Brian Stone and I said, "Did you tell him he had to do that? Like take out our trash?" Brian said, "No, he just does that." And that to me is the hallmark of what Aaron's done in his career here ever since then. He's never had to be told what to do. He's a go-getter. He's got a ton of initiative. And I'm really proud of to be able to stand up here today and give him this award. So thanks, Aaron. And the last one for the awards, the John M. Phillips Habitat Management Award for Excellence. For those of you that don't know, John Phillips was the former Pennsylvania Game Commissioner, and he was the individual that suggested creating the Little Yellowstone parks throughout the state, which ended up becoming the state game land system. So this award is aptly named for that visionary and habitat conservation in Pennsylvania. This award is to recognize our habitat crew members that are implementing cutting-edge habitat enhancement techniques in support of the agency's strategic plan. Again, this year, we had a challenge because we had so many great nominees that were submitted by the regions. And this year's John Phillips Excellence in Habitat Management Award goes to Matthew Wall from the North Central region. Don't damage me with this. But this award is aptly done as an axe engraved with Matthew's name and the John Phillips Habitat Management Excellence Award. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. And that concludes the awards.
We're going to take a short break for about 10, 15 minutes, and we'll be back with staff presentations.